Welcome back, State of Decay 2 survivors. This is your boy Kung Grex's Prime with a news update 30. New features for long-term players is inbound, my dudes. Undead Labs dropped a huge megaton bomb on us with information on what they're planning to do with update 30 and possibly update 31. I would imagine that the infestation, siege, and new outpost thing that we're testing in the actual PTR right now, beta, on Steam, is also going to be rolling out and incorporating with this update. If they're doing everything at one time, that's going to be freaking insane. But I think what they're going to do is probably maybe do the infestation and sieges first, possibly, and then drop this huge update. It's going to change the game upside down. Matter of fact, there are certain things that are happening in here that I'll discuss in greater detail when that part of the video shows up. So that is the intro to the video. Now let's move on to the information. When this update drops, the name of the update should be Forever Communities. Now again, it could be update 30 or 31. We don't know that yet. Inventory in the legacy pool. We're going to get into details about that. We're also going to talk about that new 5 save slots that we're going to have. Finally, my dudes, we're going to have more than 3 save slots for State of Decay 2. That is huge. We're going to be able to do a legacy recruiting, which is also going to be crazy because the way it works and the way they explained it in the stream, it's going to be better than we wanted it to be. It's actually taking it to another level. I know there's a few content creators that made videos. The first video I ever saw about legacy pool implementation was by Bundy Games, and the second person that made a video a little bit later on was Guru and Guru Gaming, and he also made a video as well about it. Now, what they wanted, they got tenfolds. We're going to move on to supply locker storing, which is going to be the way they change the supply lockers in a nutshell. And I'll go into a little bit of detail about it. It's very simple. We can salvage anything, literally anything in the game now. We're not restricted to just trading stuff for influence. If we have too many things and we have, let's say, maxed out influence, we don't have to keep it. We can actually turn it into salvage. Continuing after legacy, that is phenomenal, my dudes. I'm going to explain it to you guys in more greater detail, trust me. And the last thing is claim any base. That means that when you finish your legacy, right, you'll be able to claim any base. Or whenever you switch maps, you'll be able to claim any base. That's insane too. We're going to get into that as well. So let's get to it. Let's just talk about the first thing. It's going to be the inventory in the legacy pool. Now you'll be able to not only go into your legacy pool, right, and look at your characters and be like, okay, this character's pretty cool, but you don't remember, what the heck he has in his inventory. You don't remember if he has a pill press or any kind of mod or any kind of gun. You don't know what the hell they have because, it's been a long time, and unless you took notes before you put your legacy character away, or you recorded a stream or something, and you can go back to the stream and look at it, you have no way of knowing what the hell your character has. I know I don't. I got characters in my legacy, but I have no idea what they have in their inventory. So this new system allows you to look into greater detail what that character has, what he's equipped with, and you do it all through the legacy pool character selection screen, which is awesome. The next thing is 5 save slots. My dudes, it is about darn time we get 5 save slots. I mean, it feels like a decade that we asked for this. I'm lying. It's more like a few years, but you know what I'm saying, guys. It feels that way. I know I'm super excited to be able to have 5 save slots, especially us content creators that would like to have different situations so that we can record or streams and stuff like that. Now we have that ability, or in the case of you guys, you can have a community for every map, and that's what you could do. You could just focus on one map with that community. That's pretty awesome. Legacy recruiting. As I said before, there are 2 other content creators that made that. Bundy Games and Guru made videos on this. I never touched up on it, but I was behind with the idea and the concept of what they were trying to put on the table. But Undead Labs took it to another level, and I mean another level, meaning another level. they allow you now to not only pull characters out of your legacy pool and bring them into your whatever community you have. Up to 9 players you can do. So if you start off with 3, you can recruit 6. That equals 9. They're gonna cost influence to bring into your community. They're also the influence apparently goes up as you keep doing it, up to a certain cap. They haven't decided what the number is gonna be. The other thing that they got going on is that now you recruit a character and you're like, man, this character's dope, but I don't need him in this community, man. You know, normally you gotta be like, well, you gotta go because I don't need you. Now you can put him in your legacy pool, but you can take that a step further. You could be like, yo, I don't need you in this community. I can take you to this other community that I got over there in this other map, and I can just recruit them from the legacy pool. And you can do just that now. You don't have to finish the game anymore to put a character into legacy. You can set them in your legacy pool by just simply recruiting them and then sending them to your legacy pool. Now you can be extra slick with it, and you can put whatever you want in that character. For example, I'm with the Prime Directives community. I got mad weapons. I got mad ammo. I don't want to send this character bear to my new community. I don't have to. If I want to bring a favorite gun that I have a copy of, I can do that. If I want to bring certain supplies, I can do that. If I want to have the Clio Haven device and I want to add it to that new community so I'm not bothered with the infestation, sieges, and all that stuff, I can do that. There are so many options, so many ways you can change the game for you with this new legacy recruiting system. It's phenomenal. And I tell you what, it brings a different kind of gameplay and a different kind of level of stuff. For example, like today, you can do exactly that. I can log in with my community, and then I either have a really powerful computer that can run both 2 copies of State of Decay, one on Steam, one on Microsoft. I can log into my community, and then I can multiplayer myself, and then I can trade my items that way too, right? That's the way, you know, the PC players do it. But console players can never do that. Console players don't have the option unless you have a PC version of the game and then you play it on PC and then you do exactly that. You get on your console and you trade stuff back and forth, or you bother one of your homeboys and be like, hey man, can you hold this for me and then come to my community and then bring it in and I can put it in my supply locker. Those are the only ways to do those transfers. Now you don't have to do that. You can do it with 1 copy of the game and you can transfer stuff by just putting characters in the legacy. My dude, this changes everything. This is a brand new game when they do that. And I'm super stoked and excited to see that finally implemented. And I hope that, you know, if they watch Guru's video or they watch Bundy's video, and, you know, they need to give those dudes some props too, because they, you know, they put their idea on the table. And I'm sure that other community members as well have put their idea on the table. And they got to get some credit for that, because I know they didn't come up with that by themselves. There's no way. And if they did, hey man, kudos to them too. So let's talk about the next thing, because I spent a lot of time on Legacy because I'm super excited about that, is the supply locker sorting. I'm going to go ahead and keep it short and simple. There's going to be new filters put in where now you can look at weapons through a filter. And certain things are going to be stackable now. Certain mods are going to be stackable. They're talking about stacking also guns eventually. That's on the table. So they're going to make it so that it's easier for you to traverse your inventory, especially if you collect a lot of weapons and you have to get to a mod or something and you got to scroll all the way to the bottom. Dude, that's annoying. It could take an hour for us to scroll all the way to the bottom if you have a couple hundred guns. And they're thinking about sorting stuff also by ammunition type and all kinds of stuff, which is going to make it so much easier for you to find your stuff in your supply locker. And if they pull it off, it's going to be, I think, a very good positive. Nobody can really deny that to be something negative. So we're going to move on to salvage anything. I kind of touched up on it. Everything and anything that you have in your inventory is going to be salvageable. It's going to be worth a certain amount of parts. And you can get rid of stuff if you're maxed out on influence and you just don't want it. You can switch it to parts and use it if you don't have enough parts, which is something useful. It gives you a useful avenue. And the next thing is continuing after Legacy. Dude, this is like a humongous change. I know there's a lot of people that love playing this game and they have a problem ending the game. I'm going to give you a case in point. Bundy Games hates ending the game. He doesn't like to get rid of characters because once he does that, they go into the legacy pool and you lose the continuity of that team. So he doesn't like doing that. He will never delete or end the legacy because of that. And I used to have like really strong conversations about him ending certain things, and he wouldn't want to do it. Now he doesn't have an excuse. He can get the legacy that he wants, keep his team, carry over to another map, and you still will play with that same community with everything in your inventory, like nothing's changed, but you got the actual boom. Now they're talking about being able to implement those new booms that you get into your community and swapping out booms. It's not going to come with the update. You're not going to be able to do that right away. So it's something that they are aware of, and they talked about it on stream. The last thing is claim any base. We're going to be able to claim any base in the game. And what does that mean? It's like whenever you start a reset or a map or anything, you're forced to go back to the new starter base. And, you're cramming, let's say, 9, 10, 12 survivors into that base. And you have to kind of kill 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 play cards so you can clear out that big base if you're unlucky and everything's piled up against it. And then after that, you can claim that base. So you have that weird transitional period where you have to kill these 7 hearts. Obviously you're going to have the equipment to do it, but you have to do it. You don't have a choice. On the labs, as listen to all the suggestions in the suggestion box, and now you're going to be able to pick whichever base you want to pick in whatever map you're going to, as long as you meet the influence cap and the criteria for the characters. So if you need 6 characters for that base, you need 6 characters. If you need 8, you need 8. And of course, the influence between 1,500, 1,000 to 2,500 influence, whatever the requirement is for that base, 3,500. You're gonna have to meet those requirements in order to take it. But other than that, once you do that, all the play cards are not gonna be on top of you. They're gonna go around your base. You're gonna have a certain level of protection initially, so you're not stormed by the play cards, and you can work in whatever angle you want to work on, and you can work the game how you want to work it, which I think is an awesome new way of playing this game. And again, for everybody who's playing these long-term communities that don't want the game to end, now it will never end. So anyway, guys, that in a nutshell is the new update. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this content. Don't forget to drop a comment below me, guys, what you think about this new exciting information. That's all I have for now. Like, love, and peace. Congrexes. Checking out.